Y'all, I figured out my problem. The whole time, I wasn't in the right headspace. I'm supposed to be up there. Anyway, we're back. I don't know, no promises, okay? But I'm gonna continue thinking good thoughts. How does that sound? I feel like my sound's coming out weird. Are you hearing it? I think you're hearing it okay. Let's get a rare relic. Tori. Now that's the sort of relic that you can build a life around. You know? That's like a little river band reminiscing. I want to make you understand I'm talking about a lifetime plan. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like that's the way it began, hand in hand. Glenn Miller's band was better than before. The math is mathing more. Are you seeing this, dude? Maybe we're back. I'll take a Sash Whip because it's damage that inflicts a status effect. Now that wasn't the Little River Band. That one's like an NL original. But I was just describing the situations that are taking place on the screen right now. 25 damage, huh? 31 damage, huh? 31? That's a hard number to wrap my head around. How about 33? How do you feel about 33? Me in 2011, but mostly 2012 because I have a late birthday. I'll take a Consecrate. It's always on the first floor. I'm thinking it's nice. I'm now prefacing all of my thoughts with I'm thinking. A, just so you don't get confused, just so you know that they're my thoughts. And B, because I used to say it's good, and then I lost 4 runs in a row on Ascension 10. Now I'm adding a little caveat to the start of it. More of like my current mental model, which could be grossly inaccurate, is that having a way to deal with AoE enemies early is the sort of thing that might be conducive to a victory. No promises, though. No, 16. Okay, something like this. We're going to have to figure out what to do next turn if we don't have lethal. No, we're not, because the other enemy chose not to attack at all, which is honestly an act of random kindness. Give me brilliance. That's the sort of thing you can build a run around. And then cut a basic strike. I think that's been working out for us. I know the conventional wisdom is that you cut the defense. I'm cutting the strikes because we've added so many strikes. Let me take a peek at our path here. I'm going to ignore the relic. I'm going to take 5 max HP. But I am going to take advantage of this opportunity to maybe start doing some damage. Like, this seems like a dream come true for me. 23 life on turn 2. And we only drew attacks. That's beautiful. Well, and Ornamental Fan is beautiful. I think Reach Heaven can do numbers for us as well. And what a great assortment of like relics, but also resting that we have available here. I'm very excited. I also do want to make Sash Whip upgraded. But I feel like I'm very confident going into this elite fight here. I'm not worried about waking you up on this turn. I'm thinking we probably pop a potion. Let's see what we get out of it. Discovery. I'll do it. Windmill strike that gets stronger. I mean, that seems conducive to a fight where the enemy spends a little bit of time, you know, waiting for the world to begin. But a big misplay on Flurry of Blows. But you know what? Life goes on. I think I would be silly not to play this. We could have played it on a future turn, but we would have had like 1 hanging energy. So that went very well. Went very well indeed. I'm going to make an executive decision that we've added enough attacks for the moment. Unless I see an incredible attack, I'm not going to mess with the ratios that we presently have going. Whenever you enter a rest site, start with more energy. Unplayable curse cards can now be played. Start each elite combat with 2 strength. I'm going sicko mode, man. A 13 card deck, it might not be the way that I drew it up, but it gives us a lot of flexibility for sure. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 defends, 7 attacks, and a curse. I'm trying to figure out whether that's good or bad. You know what? Let's just call it, it is what it is. It's not really a stance dancing build. I like our relics too, obviously. Like, I'm stoked to have Tori along for the ride. This does 6 damage. Would I rather just put up 8 block? 5 block prevents basically the same amount of damage. Blocks 1 here. 3 here. No, yeah, 3 here. And because I was able to weaken you, it also blocks 3 from you. Yeah, okay, so the math, again, is something I gotta work on. Because I'm not used to the Tory mathematics, but we should pay attention to it. I'll take a wheel kick. I do think it's nice. And then we got great relics. We've got a lot of HP. We got good damaging cards. A thin deck. Like, they say you can't have everything, but look at this. Am I crazy to think that we might have everything here? So you have to save through violence until you get an eruption. It's just the way of the world these days. And this seems like a psychotically good turn. Like, it seems like you're already dead. It seems like it could not have possibly gone better than that. What do we like? I'm just going to go on record and say that I'm kind of a Ragnarok disbeliever. Ex Machina is hard to go wrong. The only thing is, it sucks when you draw it and your hand's already full. And Deva Form is certainly interesting, but I'm gonna take the Ex Machina. I'm gonna believe in the power of my current deck. I'm gonna take the Ex Machina. It is a tempting Snecko build. Excuse me? I think I was gonna say I hit skip by accident. You know what? Actually, this is a very tempting Pandora's box too. Pray, lesson learned. Like water, perseverance, empty mind. We will need to add some defense, but I don't think this is necessarily catastrophic, although we basically do have 2 defend cards in our entire deck right now. Which is not necessarily incredible, for sure, but you know, this is Act 2. It's a transitory period where we should, like 1,000%, actually be doing the math instead of what I'm doing right now, which is not doing the math, but we're about to draw a lesson learned, right? It's our last card. I would rather play a Prey to increase our chances that we get enough damage to make lesson learned work. Am I crazy to think that that's exactly how it went down? Or rather, that's the way it began. Glenn Miller's band was better than before. Okay, and Prey obviously works well with Brilliance. Am I also crazy to think that we're not really like an empty fist type of Andy? We're not really like a stance dancer. We have the way we stance dance is by having a 15-card deck right now, I think. So something like this, and then this, and then exit your stance. And then with no blocks, I can at least weaken you. Oh, you know what? We do have blocks. Ornamental Fan is a block. Don't get it twisted. And Tori is a block. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet, my dude. It would. We play this for 4 block. We play this because it's an actual block. And then Tori prevents us from taking as much damage as we probably should have. And then you stall for lesson learned. I don't know why I said that in the cadence of like a double chunk chocolate cookie. All right, okay. I mean, we're making the most of an unblocked type situation here. I don't think like water is going to really do much for us. And I could always be wrong, of course, but 16. I can at least get a lesson learned pop off. Lesson learned upgraded itself. Timothy Dalton from Hot Fuzz posing next to the picture of Timothy Dalton from Hot Fuzz. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen the image, I'm sure. Take advantage of Tori. Brilliance is getting even better. Through Violence is already pretty good. Let's see what we're drawing here. I mean, more damage is nice. I don't know if we have the energy to do what I want to do. But I might as well kill one of you, because we're going to be taking double damage anyway. So I could take you to 42. It's just an awkward amount of damage. I mean, you know what we could do? It doesn't put us in the Wrath state, but... Like, we take 6 because we're just outside of the Torii range, but, like, I think, you know, you got to evaluate the circumstances you have versus the counterfactuals. And the counterfactual there was, like, I think it was just a lot worse. Yeah, we're doing a great job of stalling you, too. We take a little damage off of Torii. What do we care? Lesson learned has already been exhausted, so, you know, we can just get out of the fight here. And Mantra... Apart from just having us enter Divinity, which is obviously going to be, like, pretty nice. We don't have any strikes, so let's not add bites. And you know what? Long story short, ooh, toxic egg. What I was thinking is just, like, it is also sustained for us. Every time we play it, we get an insight, but we also get 4 to 8 to 12 extra damage off of Brilliance for the rest of the combat, which is nice. I will take Toxic Egg, and like it's kind of crazy, but I'm sort of a believer that you cut like water, and I treat it as like an absolute win that we're in a position where we feel like we can cut cards that are not strikes and defends, because technically those cards don't exist anymore. Let's see what we got for powers. Hold the Austin. Scrying 3 seems good, and then of course we want to weaken you. And then I think we definitely want to play Brilliance. And then I think we'd love to just draw. Again, not the best play with Torii. Oh, maybe it was okay. So we love a Consecrate. We love an Insight, of course. A Vigilance into an empty mind is a nice combo. 21 damage, huh? It would be nice to take none, but it would also be nice... What are we drawing here? Probably a bunch of stuff we'd rather play next turn. Take 1 damage instead. I don't want to see a wounds. The Scry was like, it's wound protection. Enter Divinity, you gain 3... I mean, it allows us to play Reach Heaven, but it kind of burns our Divinity. But what do we care about burning our Divinity, right? We get 42 extra damage off of the play. Brilliance, Insight through Violence. Now we're talking, man. Whoops, wrong card. Let me see. 27 and 20 kills you. There's no means for us to wait for Lesson Learned. Oh, that went totally fine. And Horncleat is beautiful. And Devotion, it works with what we're trying to do with this deck, I think. I'm just not an apparition, Andy. One day it'll happen. 7 more losses in a row and it'll happen. I promise you that. I'll just go ahead and say it's not my ideal turn. I could have Lesson Learned you and killed you and then probably tanked the vulnerability, which might have been advisable. You do 20... Well, you know what? We'll do it this turn then. It's not a Lesson Learned, but I did learn my lesson. And we're going to be Divine on this turn. Yes, we're going to be Divine on this turn. Any chance that there's a Lesson Learned? I think I got to kill ya. I wish I didn't have to. Well, we could Empty Mind and then just see if we can draw a Lesson Learned. We could definitely kill you. Can I put up enough block? Not even close. All right, so we should just kill you. I gave myself a better chance to draw Lesson Learned at least. And we did. We have been taking more damage than like Bottled Flame. Holy cow! What would you like to see early? I mean, there's a lot of good choices. Reach Heaven early, so Through Violence shows up faster. Wheel kick early for the draw might be the play, and I'm dodging elites. I'm dodging elites for the time being. I would love to see more block. Block's still an issue. I'll take a skill potion as well because I'm scared, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I am going to smith some cards, and again, this might be not the right play, but when you don't smith a card and you rest instead, you did carry a drag for the rest of the game. I'm willing to bet that we're in a good enough position to kind of work with this. Yeah, I'm transforming 2 cards. Flurry of Blows and Consecrate. You have no reason to be here. Foreign Influence and Protect is an enormous upgrade. Give me 1 curse. I'm not thrilled about it, but it was the mature choice, I think. Foreign Influence. Weakness on turn 1 could help us out a lot. I do think we could probably, like, Erupt, Sucker Punch, Wheel Kick, and then I thought there was a reasonable chance that we would just end your life, but let's see. Maybe take the Halts. That's actually, like, surprisingly good. And then exit your stance and answer your telephone. 19 damage. That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful set. We didn't get to play our Devotion, but we did quite a lot of damage. I was hoping we would get the Lesson Learned, but here's the thing with Lesson Learned. I was also sort of hoping we would get, like, some attacks. I guess we probably could have used an attack potion to pop, but we might be able to get away with the stall. Just retain. We got too many retained cards right now, but it's okay. 10 damage is nothing but a peanut for a guy like me. 2013. Okay, play some retained cards first. Brilliance does 23. Lesson Learned gets triggered. Hits a Devotion. I think it's kind of a beautiful outcome, all things considered. I accidentally entered Divinity, but that's good. That's good in a situation like that, apparently. I will rest now. Full potions for the boss fight. And feeling certainly all right. A Wheel Kick out there. This is actually like a pretty solid first turn, I think. Devotion has to be played. You can, like, Miracle. There's a tempo play here, okay? It's like Eruption. Brilliance doesn't kill you, which is staggering. Vigilance. Miracle, Empty Mind. Okay, Miracle. We're back on 3 energy. We got more energy than we know what to do with. Kill you. We get some block. Enough block to not have to block. Play a Devotion. Next turn we will enter Divinity again. Or, well, we'll enter Divinity for the first time, but we'll change stance again. It's an insane turn to enter Divinity on, especially with a free Sunder. So the Sunder does 72. Through Violence does 60. Could have killed you, but I mean, we don't get that many opportunities to do that sort of damage. So I think I'd be silly if I didn't try to just send the Lesson Learned out there before we exit our stance. Like, that just seemed sensible to me. We could, like, try to farm the boss with it, but that's, like, I mean, it's a stretch. Anyway, we're in Divinity again. There's another 60 damage up Main Street. You're dead? Oh, whoa. Now, we do retain some cards, but most of them are miracles. I don't think Establishment makes sense. If anything, we're getting in Divinity so often, like an upgraded Wish makes a lot of sense to me. And then I'm gonna make a bet that the deck is good enough and we can actually do okay with Busted Crown. And it's Dono Deca. The Watcher runs have been very kind to me with the boss selection so far, for which I have squandered by not even making it to the boss many times. But are we going to hit a shop? We could, and it would be nice to. So, like, the 30 gold is the sort of thing you don't want to just turn up your nose at it, you know? We could also stall. You know what? Don't stall. Play 4 strength. Obviously should have done it earlier, but play 4 strength. That way we're able to kill these enemies more easily. And don't worry about the gold so much. Like, it's good, but it's not necessarily the be-all, end-all. Lesson learned. Any chance we get maybe into divinity this turn? No such luck. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll play the evaluate instead. We should be able to, with enough time here, we should be able to get a lesson learned to pop. It helps when you don't draw 3 dazes a turn, but like they are adding 2 to our draw pile every single turn, so I can't really guarantee that. Okay. Now we stop the bleeding on the dazes, which is nice. We just got to set up a good lesson learned turn for you. Which will probably require... I don't know what it'll require, because this would put me in divinity. I'd rather be in divinity next turn, because then lesson learned is like, I was just going to say, like 1 attack away, oh, not even 1 attack away from lethal. Okay, so it actually worked out perfectly. Sash Whip was probably my next upgrade target anyway. Third Eye is really good. The question, I guess, is do we need another block? And I think the answer is yeah. I do. I do need to remove the curse as well. Need is a strong word. I would very much like to remove the curse. Lots of cards worth playing here. I think I love what we're about to draw. We're just gonna burn, I guess we're just gonna burn 1. We'll let Wish maybe come back around. Love it. Been drinking it for years. Heard they recently added more hops. Remember Superbad? It's quite a film. Roger Ebert said it was his favorite movie of 2007. You don't believe me? Good. You've been working on your media literacy. A lot of people could take a lesson from that, quite frankly. We hold you up as an example for the masses to gain insight from. We're not stance dancing. We're not stance dancing. We're playing our cards. There's a difference. You think there's a chance I could kill you? I could do 9. You would be on 40. This would kill you. Foreign influence can always just pull something incredible. Like, this seems like an incredible pull. You're on 22. You're also dead. You guys are pretty bad at your jobs. Just to, like, you didn't really offer that much resistance here. I'm sorry to say. You even let me farm a lesson learned off of you, and it hit Reach Heaven. Just terrible news for you. It might be terrible news for me, too. I don't really know what I'm doing, for the most part. In all honesty, I think I'm relatively happy with my existing potions. That's why I'm never using them. Now, you're almost annoying enough to make me never want to play this game ever again, but let's fight through that impulse. And instead, I'm gonna hit you, and at 27, okay, that's pretty annoying, but it's the sort of annoying that we can still work with. We don't want to see lesson learned. We do want to see Sash Whip. I think, like, I don't want to try to get more creative than is necessary. I think what we want to do is play and gain as much insight as possible, because our win condition will probably be like a really high damage brilliance or just a really good turn after being in divinity state. But we should also play our other cards that are attacks, even if there is a little risk associated, I think. And plated armor, like, I mean, you could call me Delight, because I couldn't ask for another right now. That's like the perfect get. Just, I mean, 6 damage for 0 or 7 damage for 0. I guess I'll probably take 7, but NL, it's not an apples-to-apples comparison. Excuse me, I know. Now, the one thing we do want to watch out for is we don't want to get cursed, obviously, but next turn we're going to be in divinity. This might be our turn to go in. You do 60 damage. You do 45 damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure we got you dead to rights. I got it, but the eruption... Well, you know what? Play an attack potion that doesn't kill. Then lesson learned finishes the job. Okay. I didn't mean to take that. Why are you clicking on that, man? I can't smith! Because all my cards are upgraded. I guess that's a bonus then. I probably should have just fought the elite, but we still want to go campfire or a shop mode. I'll fight for a rare relic. I fight for my friends, man. Take the worst heavy blade of all time. Let's draw. Let's see what we're cooking on a draw. Check this out. Duplication potion, wish, 4 strength. 4 strength. You're now doing 38 damage. That's pretty serious, man. Now we're taking a little heat on turn 1. I'm not sure if you've noticed that. Minimize the heat somewhat. And it's kind of a beautiful second turn. I do wish I hadn't taken Mental Fortress, but we are going to be entering like the Divinity state fairly frequently. Maybe it's not the end of the world as we know it. So lesson learned almost doesn't have a reason to be played anymore. But if it does get a kill, we'd probably be stupid not to take advantage of it. Not the best turn you're ever going to see. It's okay. 26, we take 4. That's perfect. Okay, but we're going in at some point. You rest assured. We're going in at some point. Any second now. Any second now, we're going in. First, I just have to figure out how I'm not going to take a bunch of damage. I would love to play Devotion. And then stall. Beautiful. I mean, we spent a lot of resources on this, but we are supposed to get a rare relic, so we definitely have enough damage as well. Okay. The relic is Dead Branch. I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. We could have just avoided taking it, but... Interesting. I'll be the first to tell you, overconfidence has probably scuttled a lot of Watcher runs lately. And it's kind of like an awkward thing, because I don't feel overconfident. I don't even feel confident as the Watcher. But I do play in a manner that looks like a guy who is overconfident in his abilities. I'll acknowledge that any day of the week. So it's just maybe a better way to describe it is this MFer needs to slow down a little bit. It's been suggested. What are we doing here, guys? We're just playing Insights nonstop? Drawing miracles, scuttling vaults, sucking down chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze? I don't even know what I'm playing, man, at this stage of my life. Because one thing I know for sure, we're getting Divinity next turn, and that's when we're going to play our Through Violence. That was the only thing that I could have guaranteed was about to happen. So you play your Through Violence, you play your Sash Whip, you play Devil Form, you probably pray again. We take none damage. Okay. It's gonna be a slow burn, and that's okay, man. That's all right. What are the must-play cards? Reach Heaven's a big one. Actually, I think Predator is kind of a big one, too. Having more cards on the turn in which you're likeliest to enter Divinity, which is this turn. Are you seeing this? I think I already entered Divinity. There was no reason to play the extra one. And look at this, a needless lesson learned, but it's still a flex nonetheless. Oddly smooth stone. Always welcome to see it. It makes Tori a little bit better, for sure. Maybe even a lot better. Can I say something? Can I toot my own horn just a little bit? First off, I'm going crazy mode. I'm getting 60 gold off this. I'm playing all my miracles and seeing what they give me. And then I'm playing this and I'm taking another Brilliance. Yeah, go ahead. I think wheel kick in the hand, at least prior to Dead Branch, wheel kick in the hand was the play. I think it's done us a great service. Interesting. Having that much block has been extremely nice, man. Can I get like a, I don't know, give me a Sever Soul? That could be the kind of thing that could be a little funky here. I don't know if it's good, but it happened. Consecrate? I guess I could consecrate you. Thank you for asking. Having the access to the damage is great for hallway fights, but having damage to the, or having access to the, huge. Having access to the draw to set us up on harder fights has been like really, really worthwhile as well, I think. I'm kind of talking out of my you-know-what, but all I can do is, you know, look at the results that you see on the screen and then, like, reverse engineer why they're coming to pass. I also think having a thin deck has been effective here, but what do I know? How about a 0 cost? How about a 2 cost for an influence? Is there a spiker here? There's no spiker. Holy cow. Let's start here, man, because then you're like, you're in a lot of trouble early on. I would certainly kill you. And then look, Ex Machina is like, they put a hit out, man. Free attack. I'm not playing alpha. I just feel like I was trying to be overly creative with it. I was like, I can kill you in 1 turn, but whatever. Whatever, it's okay. Maybe there was a way to do it. But sometimes you just get mentally a little bit lazy. Oh, I see you playing League of Legends instead of studying. Don't condescend to me like it's never happened to you. Don't tell me you've never taken Thunderstrike and then realized that you're playing as the Watcher, so obviously you've summoned 0 lightning orbs over the course of the fight. You can't tell me that's never happened to a guy like you. I can't believe I can't play Wish the way I want to play it. Because I'm dumb. Hang on, wait, does this kill you? Because I'm in... Yeah, it does. Okay, we probably could have played it the way I wanted to play it then, but let's not worry about that. Okay, you again. The fight's so nice, they did it twice. It's okay. Some block would go crazy. I'll summon Hand of Greed. I think, crazy as it sounds, I'm the type of guy that can, like, force your hand by playing nothing. Then on this turn, how we feeling? We're certainly feeling like we'd like to do a Wallop, and then probably Vigilance our way out of this. Playing an Alpha seems like it goes crazy, and then possibly being in a position to grab the Beta. That would have been crazy. How about a Headbutt? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really want to do damage to you. I would really just like to draw into Beta and Omega so I can do a lot of damage to you without having to attack you. This is also a turn in which we could just go the frick off, I guess. I mean, there is a Beta. Don't tell Eri. We're not going to be cursed. 13 damage is nothing, but we got a lot more Hurden power built into the deck here. 30 damage is kind of annoying. 18 damage, that might be the sort of thing a guy like me could live with. Then again, I could hit you for 58. It's kind of hard to not get seduced by that. And you're doing 30. You're doing basically none. I can't play Beta now. Oh. We shouldn't need to, but it's the principle of the matter. I'm going crazy, man. Give me the 30 gold. Another Mental Fortress. Why not? I mean, if a card costs 0... and it doesn't do damage, I'm going to play it. It's that simple. We got too many retained cards in our hand. But we also have lethal, I think. Things you don't want to hear your doctor say before you... I don't know what that would even mean. I guess you're going to see Dr. Kevorkian, maybe. Wave of the Hand is actually... that seems like an enormous hit for a guy like me. Because that could make the bosses lose their artifacts in time for us to actually weaken them with like a sash whip. So I don't want to see this curse ever again. And I mean, I think Kunai, Tori, not Dead Branch, Oddly Smooth Stone and Ornamental Fans seem like they work very nicely together. And then we don't really have any money for anything else. Just buy a colorless. I don't even think we need to, okay? Mostly because it just didn't work out well. We could have removed Lesson Learned as well, but I still think it's probably better than a curse. Okay, turn one. Turn one could be a great setup turn. Wave of the hand. Wheel kick first. Dump it all. Except Third Eye. I was really hoping to get Ex Machina. But then let me see what else. You know what? Liquid Memories, another wheel kickback. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Empty Mind, we're not that interested in. I do want Devotion. It can wait one turn. Love it, don't care, love it, care. Okay, get out of my face. No damage turn one. Weakness has been applied to both enemies turn one. We are going to win this run. I'm calling it because I think it's going to happen. Now let's just work with these miracles first. You know how it goes. Okay, lots of energy. Probably start with the Tantrum. I'm attacking the wrong Andrew. That's my mistake. Give me a Glar's Knife. We're filling our deck with garbage. That's my mistake. You know what? That's not garbage. That's a workable card. Smack him. Smack him. 18 damage, you're doing 44, but really you're doing 21. 21 might as well be 0, considering the state that we're in right now. I don't want to gain one less energy per turn right now. So I'm going to be a different kind of beast. We go back to 2 energy. Streamline. It doesn't seem super necessary. I think I'd rather have like a Sands of Time. Does a lot of damage on this turn. Evaluate. Wouldn't mind seeing it. You're doing 44. 1 attack takes us up to... Well, you know what? Give me 1 attack. And then Tranquility me. And then we're taking 0. Fasting I don't care for. This fight's already over. You really just... You drew another one, huh? Is this a joke to you? We're already taking 0. You do 15 extra block. It's very tempting to just kind of come over the top with this one, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because you're dead. No disrespect or whatever. But you're deceased. You're going to die. And then it's just you, and I don't even know, like, do you do anything? I guess you do 72 damage, which is kind of a lot. For a guy like me. Let's exit that stance. You do 36 damage. Now, 36 damage is the sort of damage that I think I could live with. Especially when it's not 36, it's 28. And then it's not even 28, now it's like 19. Alright, so we're just waiting. We need to play Devotion, which has not shown up for a bit, and it's my bad, but... Because like, our Brilliance is kind of horrendous right now. Once we get our mantra popping, though, like, you're in a rough spot. We'll pray. We'll gain 16... Did that say 16 block? Off of a single Third Eye? You can't harm me any longer. I've entered my divinity state. I have 9 energy. I just killed you with a Flying Sleeves. You see how easy that was? Hey, either way, we made it out of the slump, maybe. I don't know if one win breaks a slump, but it breaks a streak of losing. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Woohoo! And I'll see you next time. Later!